Hello, YouTube family. So I felt guided to do another reading for the week. I don't really know what this is going to be about. I'm just going to assume it's an urgent message that you need to hear at this time. I was drawn to one oracle deck and one tarot deck, so we're just going to dive right in. But of course, we are going to set the tone with some music. So we're going to see what comes through for the collective. Whoa. Okay. We're going to see what comes through for the collective on my super mix first. I am being guided to take that. Interesting. So the first song to come on for the YouTube collective today is Way Down, and it's by Merkules. There's also 1111 on this song. So this collective could be going through an ascension. I just saw the number 11 again. So you could be going through some sort of spiritual ascension and transformation. And I honestly feel like that's what's leading this energy into your life. There's some sort of a turning point here. Destiny is what I'm hearing on repeat. There is some kind of love energy coming forward for this collective, okay? Like, especially if you've been experiencing some, like, I'm hearing the term turmoil or isolation, okay? So if you've been in hermit mode, if you've been doing a lot of healing, if you haven't really had a whole lot of, like, spice or love in your life, I feel like that's about to change in a really beautiful way. There's a positive transformation that's unfolding for this collective. I'm hearing unified love. Take that how it resonates, okay? The other thing they want me to mention is, like, a union of opposites. So you and whoever is coming towards you, you could have a very, like, opposite type of energy, but, like, now I'm hearing that old saying, like, opposites attract, okay? But there's a reason for this. I really do feel like a beautiful partnership is about to manifest for the collective. Like, I'm honestly picking up heavy union type of energy, and you and this person have a mutual attraction to one another, and it's, like, I'm hearing the term wild. Like, the actual chemistry that you two have is off the charts. Like, you know what they're showing me? A thermometer when it's busted in, like, a cartoon or, like, something like that, like an old cartoon TV show or something, when the thermometer gets busted and it's, like, going off the charts and it goes, like, way beyond the normal heat temperature. There's something about that that's significant. Like, the amount of chemistry you and this person have, the amount of passion is that intense, is what I'm hearing. They want me to mention a couple things as well. There's something about owls that could be significant for this collective's energy. So from my experience, I haven't done a lot of research into them, but what I have looked into, they can symbolize a need for an energetic protection. So there could be a significance for this collective to learn how to protect their energy a little bit more. A 222 on the timer when I just said that. And I was about to say, especially if you know you're an empath or you have some sort of psychic gifts. So one of the biggest lessons I learned when I started opening up to my spirituality and recognizing how powerful I was within my intuition and my powers psychically was how to ground and protect my energy. It's so fucking important for people that have that kind of vibration. You need to make sure that you're taking extra care for yourself when it comes to that, okay? The other thing they want me to mention is crescent moon. There could be a significance to a crescent moon, which just immediately made me see Sailor Moon in my mind's eye. And the other thing I'm being guided to say is something about ancient Egypt, okay? Which, if you guys have been following me on my other platforms for a while, you've probably already seen this message and heard me repeat it a couple times. But this is that same collective where there was a dark witch, gender not specific, from a lifetime in ancient Egypt that has been standing in the way of whatever this is from manifesting for the collective, okay? That is, if you're interested in reading it, if that resonated, that is on my highlight reel on my Instagram. It should be under either downloads or Twitter. I'm sorry, I don't remember which one. If you can't find it, just trust what you felt in that moment, okay? But there is a lot of positive change coming forward for this collective. There is positive karma coming into your life and being returned to you. Like, there's something about your life cycle changing in a positive way. You truly are at a turning point. Something about letting go of HOES. Interesting. Yeah, some of you, I feel like the person that you were connected to in the past was a little bit promiscuous. All right, or maybe you were. I don't know. I don't judge. I'm a retired F-girl myself. But I feel like something about evil eye energy. I feel like whoever you're connected to is literally, like, I'm hearing the line from, I think it's Cinderella by Mac Miller, where he says, I'm curving all these hoes for you. Like, whoever this is truly is, like, cutting everyone off. Interesting. I kind of knew that was going to come out. So I don't love that we have the Seven of Swords landing on top of that Two of Cups, but it's honestly, it's giving me more like ego-based energy and like in your head energy is what I'm hearing. The Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so whatever that Seven of Swords is representative of, there's about to be some truth and clarity pertaining to it. So some of you are definitely attaching the wrong people to these kinds of things. Ultimately, not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm not meant to teach you that. I'm just meant to give you the answers that you need. Others of you, your imposter syndrome is actually blocking you from recognizing that you deserve this kind of love. Like, there's an aspect of self-deception that's coming off of that Seven of Swords, and I feel like it truly is blocking this love from fully manifesting. You could be trying to self-sabotage or self-destruct in some regard, and it's because you're terrified of history repeating itself, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. What did I just can say? Something About You Remind Me by Usher just came on. The songs will be in the description box below. But what did I just say about this collective going through a transformation period, especially after a cycle of hermit, okay? I cannot make this shit up. This is landing right on top of that Wheel of Fortune. So a lot of you have definitely been in isolation. You've been healing. You've been alone, kind of like a lone wolf energy for quite some time. And I feel like this lone wolf energy was super necessary in order for you to break the cycles of codependencies, addictions, and attachments. But there's an aspect of you that is like so fucking terrified of embracing love and new energy in your life that you linger in this vibration longer than you need to. And Spirit's actually guiding this collective to look inside their soul and ask themselves where that's coming from. What aspect of you would rather be alone than have connection? That's something that I feel like there's a butterfly flying past my window. 555 on the timer. That's something that I feel like this collective really needs to ask that question in order for this turning point in this cycle to fully transform, okay? Especially because, like I said, like, with the Seven of Swords going on top of this Two of Cups, it's really giving me the energy of self-deceit. I feel like some of you are deceiving yourself into thinking things that aren't actually real and aren't actually for you, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, some of you are definitely attaching the wrong people to these kinds of readings, and that's, again, it's not my circus, not my monkeys. You have to figure that out. Others of you, part of what you're deceiving yourself pertaining to has so much to do with your imposter syndrome and not feeling like you're worthy of real, authentic, healthy love. There's an aspect of you that keeps repeating old cycles that ends up leading you towards being alone even deeper because you're terrified of embracing a new connection. You're terrified of embracing a healthy relationship. And you need to figure out why that is, okay? And until you figure out where that's coming from and what it is that causes you to gravitate towards very deceptive energy, you're going to keep repeating this pattern. It's what I'm hearing, okay? I really do feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with, like, self-deceit. I can't shake it. There's something about acting strategically as well. So, like, a need to kind of, like, map out your plans and your next moves. The other thing I am being guided to mention is for those of you that are attaching the wrong person to these, the biggest way for you to tell is, one, you're going to be burdened, and two, your intuition is always going to be telling you something is off, okay? So if you feel someone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes or get away with something, or if you feel heavy betrayals or deceit in someone's energy, you need to trust that, okay? And remember what I tell you guys a lot, like, intuition is silent, whereas your ego is going to be really loud. So one way to determine if it's your past triggering your present is when your ego is giving it to you, so like your past is giving it to you, you're going to feel really anxious, you're going to feel overwhelmed, you're going to feel stressed out, you're going to feel triggered in some regard, okay? That's usually an indication it's your ego. Once you process that trigger, after the fact, if you still feel this deceptive energy, but you feel neutral about it, that's a big indication that you're picking up on something intuitively. However, if you process the trigger and you let it go and you release it, and then you don't feel that deceptive energy from that person, but more from yourself, that's probably, chances are, it's your past trying to project into your present, okay? I do also feel like with this energy here, Spirit's really encouraging this collective. You're a little bit overworked right now, okay? So some of you need to reprioritize your responsibilities and kind of get more practical about your time management skills. And I feel like this has to do with not only your finances, your security, but also whatever it is that you're trying to do for a living. Like whether you work somewhere and you just took on a new project, or you started getting more responsibility at work, whatever the case may be, it's actually burdening you and it's responsibilities that you don't need to be carrying. So there's a need for you to kind of take a step back and reprioritize these burdens and these aspects of you that you're holding onto from the past that you don't need to be. Because whatever this is actually affecting your present, is what I'm hearing. Especially, yeah, I just noticed the Two of Swords is going to come out next to this too, right? So it's like even more emphasis to me that this collective needs to kind of make some choices and like delegate the responsibilities and the burdens of what they're holding on to. Because part of the conflict and the tension that you're experiencing when it comes to this Five of Wands is because you're struggling to make some sort of a decision here. And this definitely has to do with a couple different things. One, releasing whatever this is about from the past, or for some of you, it's about releasing this person's toxicity and acknowledging that part of the block in opening up to real love is because you are holding on to someone toxic. Two, you need to let go of the responsibilities that you're juggling, the burdens and energy that you're carrying from other people that you truly do not need to carry anymore, okay? Sometimes the Two of Swords can actually symbolize avoidance, and I feel like that's partly what this collective is doing. the song People Are Crazy by Bill and Currington, like literally what they're showing me in my mind's eye is this collective, like you can see what choice you need to make. You can see what you need to do to get out of this conflicting energy and to attract that positive vibration we talked about in the very beginning. But you're literally closing your eyes, crossing your arms, and being like, like a kid, is what they're showing me. So part of this is your inner child is, like, resistant to something. And I feel like your inner child's resistant to opening up to new love because you're only used to the toxic love. Some of you, I'm actually seeing really would benefit from, like, a meditation to connect with the little you and showing little you that you deserve healthy love. Because I feel like when you were very young, like, very young age, they're showing me 7 or under, someone or something instilled a lot of doubt into you and made you believe that you were not worthy of abundance. You were not worthy of success. You were not worthy of happiness, is basically what they're showing me. This could have been a sister. It could have been a parental figure. It could have been a friend. I don't know. There's just something about how you were taught at a very young age to stifle your light and that you weren't worthy of real, is what I'm hearing. I could cry right now. And part of that is actually blocking a lot of positive energy from coming in for you because there's an aspect of little you that's convinced big you that you don't deserve happiness. Okay? And it's coming from whatever that trauma is. You need to connect with that side of yourself. And I feel like as soon as this collective does that, it's like a light switch is going to go off within you where you're going to start opening up to all the beautiful energy that's meant to come into your life. Like, this collective could be destined for really big things. And I feel like I'm seeing fame and fortune for some of you. I'm seeing a lot of money. I'm seeing a lot of abundance and a lot of happiness. But again, that little aspect of you was taught that you didn't deserve it. Some of you grew up in a really poverty-ridden home with a really toxic parental figure. Like, they're showing me a stepfather for some of you. Some of you it was a mom. Some of you it's a stepmom. For some of you, it's both. Like, take it how it resonates. It could have been both your parents. Like, there's just something about how you grew up in a really poverty-ridden home, and when you were really little, you knew you were destined for big things, is what I'm seeing. Like, I'm seeing a little kid who would, like, tell their parents that they were going to be, like, famous. They were going to be rich. They were going to be big. They were going to be known, if you will. And, like, whoever you would say this to, I hate to say this, but it was envy. Whoever you would say this to saw that truth, but they didn't want you to believe in yourself, so they pushed it down. Others of you, it wasn't envy, it wasn't them trying to push it down, it was just them trying to, like, stop you from getting your heart broken, or, like, I don't know how to explain it other than, like, whoever that was, it was projection, because they tried to chase their dreams and didn't achieve it and were miserable in themselves, so they projected that onto you. Either way, whatever happened here, you were projected on at a very young age, and it's convinced you that you don't deserve and you're not going to amount to anything, which is not fucking true, baby. Like, your inner child knew from the second you were born that you were destined for big things. But you convinced yourself you weren't because of whoever this was. All right? There's a need to connect with that side of yourself and, like, show that side of yourself that that narrative that that person told you was not true. All right? There could also be some sort of a disagreement that you're experiencing right now within yourself or, like, within a connection. Some sort of conflict and tension is what I'm hearing. But I feel like things are shifting in a positive way. Even though this is coming up in the inverted position, I am being guided to keep it in the upright, okay? So, like, this is traditionally the 6 of Wands, and this is telling me that there's a lot of victory coming in for this collective. And this is why, like, I feel like you're starting to step into a more, like, cutthroat energy. You're starting to set boundaries. You're starting to look at things from a very logical perspective, and you're no longer allowing that past energy to affect your present, okay? And I feel like there's a lot of success coming forward. And again, like, something about public recognition. So, like, this collective very well could be destined for quite big things when it comes to, like, fame, when it comes to being known. But there's a need for you to kind of just continue to progress in the energy that you're moving into because you're going at the pace that you need, okay? You are stepping into a really beautiful, confident energy within yourself. And this is exactly what Spirit wants you to do in the next cycle of your life. There is still a really big energy to, like, remain unbiased when you're looking at judgment. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, when you're looking at the past, you need to have unbiased judgment. When you're looking at people coming forward to apologize or, like, correct past wrongs is what I'm hearing. Look at it from an unbiased perspective. There's something about your independence that's really important as well. And, like, this collective is starting to become more direct with their communication. You're starting to ask for what you want and not being afraid of it. And when you're not receiving it, you're setting those boundaries or removing yourself from the situation. Which, honestly, I'm hearing, I reposted this on the TikTok the other day, but I'm being guided to mention it here for some reason. So, like, there was this post that I saw where it was like, you have become the person that the little you would have protected. Like, you have become someone that would have protected the old you, is basically what the post said. I don't know, go read it if you feel called to, but there's a significance to it. Like, I feel like this collective has put so much fucking work into themselves that you have finally become the version of you that you've wanted to become. You've become that person that's not afraid to stand up for yourself. And I feel like in the past, this could have been something that you never did, and you always wanted someone to, 444, you always wanted someone to stand up for you, but there was no one ever there to do that, and that's because you had to learn how to do it for yourself. Okay? Anyway, some of you have a masculine energy that's interested in you who is also into magic. This person could be into divination, spell work, tarot, if you will. I also feel like this collective is being guided to listen to ASMR, especially when triggered, is what I just heard. Something about enjoying some sort of drama go down. Okay, and then we have trying to make better choices. So what I'm seeing here is there is a masculine energy who has been experiencing some karma, is what I'm hearing, first of all. This person's into magic or starting to get into magic, one of the two. They're trying to make better choices within their self, their mental health, and their physical health. But there is some sort of drama that's about to unfold that I feel like you're going to be a witness to, and it's like you have front row seats to this karma, is what I just heard. But it's because this person deserves every ounce of it, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, this is someone that you're not really hearing this person's shit anymore. Spirit's really encouraging you to go through your stuff, okay? This is more targeted towards whoever that masculine is who's into magic. If this is you, you need to go through your things, okay? You are holding on to things that are holding energy in your space. 555, that's confirmation. And it's time for you to let them go. Specifically, I'm being guided to, like, love letters or, like, notes. Anything an ex-partner gave you or handed to you, even an ex-friend, there's a need to let it go, okay? Throw it out, donate it, burn it, whatever you feel called to do. Specifically, again, being guided to mention that masculine energy, okay? This collective is going through an upgrade. You're going through a level up, which I said in the beginning. Didn't I say something about 1111? Like, you're going through a really big ascension, and during this ascension, you're stepping into your power. You're starting to step into and embrace your truth. Spirit's encouraging this collective to unplug for a bit, disconnect from social media, is what I'm hearing. Even if it's just for a few hours in the day. There's a need to put your phone down. There's a need to get present, is what I'm hearing on repeat. Specifically, those of you that have an attachment to your phone, it's time for you to acknowledge what that is and, like, stop avoiding it, okay? So what they're showing me that could benefit this collective to detach from their phone is starting to garden or going for walks in nature or literally, I'm seeing you putting your phone in a drawer, closing the drawer, and not allowing yourself to touch it until a certain time a day. Maybe playing video games, reading a book, connecting back with yourself and getting present in your day-to-day is really important. You're never going to miss what's for you, okay? Remember that. Somebody wants you to know they see your worth now. Something about monarch butterflies could be significant. I'm immediately picking up on, like, whoever is going through this level up. As you level up and ascend, people from your past are recognizing it, is what I'm hearing. So someone that's receiving some karmic debt for whatever they put you through sees your worth now, but I feel like you're going to be too far past them. I did just hear too far gone, but, like, that sounded kind of negative, but, like, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, whoever this is that you're not hearing their bullshit anymore, this was a very spicy, lust-based connection, someone that you just had actual time with, and it's not even worth it anymore, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, this person could have fallen back into a toxic cycle. This person fell back into their old ways. I feel like someone's been really in their feelings about you. Something about a movie night. Maybe this is someone that you went on a movie date with or multiple movie dates. I'm also hearing spirits encouraging this collective to have a movie night. Specifically, I am seeing a drive-in if you can do that. Like if you're from somewhere that has that option. Somebody also wants you to know they love your independence. Spirit's also saying there's something you need to take care of now instead of later. It could tie into that sexual connection. Yeah, there's a really big emphasis on deep cleaning and like purging some stuff that you don't need anymore, babes. Okay? Yeah, literally, as I just said that, like, there is definitely some energy lingering in your space from items from people from your past, okay? That toxic lover is raising your blood pressure. So there's a need for you to recognize when you get triggered into anxiety or overthinking, it's probably an indication that that person shouldn't be in your life, all right? Somebody wants you to know they've wished for you to be their lover. This feels like a newer energy, to be totally honest. And they're pulling me to the star on the card, so, like, whoever this is sees you as a star. Yeah, your confidence is really sexy to this person. It honestly turns them on. Yeah, some sort of an accomplishment or a goal you have set for yourself is about to be achieved. Spirit's encouraging this collective. It's time to change things up. It's time to stop going back to toxic partners. It's time to break that toxic cycle. I read a quote once and it was like, what was it again? How do you break a cycle or a pattern? You respond to it differently. That's literally all you need to do. So the example they're showing me is when this person slides in your DMs, when they text you, when they drunk call you, when they do whatever they do to try and get your attention, don't answer. And if you do choose to answer, be mean, is what I'm hearing. Be a bitch. Like, literally. Gender not specific either, okay? Like, set a boundary. Say this is what it is. If they can't respect that, then they ain't it. Yeah, I feel like this person's had too many strikes. They've had too many opportunities and fumbled every time. Something about the fall is going to be significant for this collective. I immediately just saw, like, a pumpkin spice latte. There could be an importance to that. Someone's having a hard time concentrating, especially on their goals, okay? But I feel like it's because you're not present, my love. Like, you really need to get present with yourself in order for you to break that cycle, okay? Spirit's also encouraging a massage for the collective here, especially if you are currently in this process of, like, working on yourself. This is a form of self-care, okay? If you've been sore, your body physically has been sore, there might be a need to get a massage. I'm hearing from a new masseuse. They're showing me, like, a man. So, like, if you're a man, going to a man is going to be beneficial. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I am for a reason. There's just something about how your old masseuse has a lot of negative energy attached to them, is what they're showing me, okay? Like, a lot of evil eye is what I'm seeing, and the sun's starting to get brighter as I just said that. Big emphasis on that message, okay? And I don't care if it's cheaper. Like, Spirit saying your mental health is more important. Like, this person takes your energy, is what they're showing me. So, like, when they massage you, whether... It might not be consciously, okay? Like, they are showing me this could be subconscious. Like, they're not realizing they're doing it. But because your energy is so high vibration, when they're touching and massaging you, it's actually bringing your vibration down, okay? The other thing I'm seeing at the bottom of the deck is... some of you haven't been feeling well. You could be purging a lot of toxic stuff, but it's because you've been stuck in a cycle that's been making you go in circles, okay? Yeah, I feel like those of you that aren't feeling the greatest, I feel like you're currently going through a process where you're releasing a lot of envy, you're releasing a lot of jealousy, and, like, this type of vibration where you've just been stuck in toxic cycles. I feel like the haven't been feeling well is a big indication that you're purging, is what they're showing me. Yeah, I feel like you're giving the boot to a lot of toxic energy. You're releasing a lot of people from your past that are very jealous. And it's because you're... Interesting. So for a small group of you, you have recognized the truth about the connection that you want to be in. And as you've recognized that truth, you're kicking out anything that isn't in alignment with you because you're seeing that you and somebody are very happily introverted together. But it has created some sort of a storm in love. You know what they're showing me? Like a player who has, like, a string of... energies around them. So, like, there's a string of broken hearts that could be unfolding because you're giving the boot to people from your past that aren't in alignment with your present. And they're very, very jealous of not only the fact that you have found your true partner, but the fact that you're no longer tolerating them, is what I'm hearing. We have King Dangling energy. So this is what I mean. Like, they're literally showing me, like, an emperor or an empress, like someone evolving into that level of energy. So you're letting go of all of, like, the narcissistic supplies that you might have had in the past to feed your ego. You could be having car issues, or this person could be having car issues. There is definitely some sort of an ending here, okay? I also see I might F around and get hooked. This person's already hooked on you. 222 on the timer. 2222, sorry. Something about the summertime is definitely significant for the collective, as well as the spring. This person's also reminded of you every other day. Like, no matter what they do, they can't avoid you, is what I just heard, okay? Anyway, that's what I have for the YouTube collective. I hope that helps those it was meant for. And like I said, the songs will be in the description box below. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day and enjoy your weekend.